Lelapsophobia is the name for a fear of tornadoes. Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play Elden Ring, and welcome to my personal anxiety zone. This is familiar. Flipped like that, kinda looks like a grave. We saw those a bunch in the Beast Sanctum. Panic-inducing as this is, it's also incredible. And hey, now I can look at the screen and my blood pressure barely spikes, so that's progress. This is the exploded, crumbling city of Farum Azula, home to the Beastmen of Farum Azula, who are endgame enemies, because this is an endgame zone. This is only a very small sliver of the zone that we have access to from the Four Belfries Waygate. But it is no less still going to be pretty hard to tackle directly with these two. I'm fairly sure they're going to one-shot me. And you can see how much health they have. So, let's do this the smart way, since there's a pretty good chance that I'm gonna die. Now, ideally, that one won't notice me because of the soft cotton. Easy landing. Oh! Well, this is the only thing that we actually have to get here, so... Pearl Drake Talisman. Oh no! Oh my god! This is really bad. I have to push him off with a backstab. Oh god, I'm heavy rolling. It's gonna be so hard to get him in a good position with a heavy roll. Come on. Oh, come on. Okay, well, that's what the sacrificial twig is for. The sacrificial twig works the same way as Rings of Sacrifice in Dark Souls. While they're equipped, if you die, you don't lose anything, but the twig breaks. Let's just replace that real quick. Okay, so we got what we came for. And mainly what we went there for is just a little taste of things to come. Oh my god, there is so much more of the map. So that explains all the ruin fragments and the sanctuary stones referencing ruins falling out of the sky. Still, it kind of raises further questions. Like, how is it all floating? And... where's the spot? Right there. And also... Farum Azula was in the east. In all those fragments we've been finding, like here, these are all way off in the east. How to get all the way over there? Is that? I can't tell if that's faster or not. Let's get back on track. So we're going to be heading up to here to meet another NPC, or to rather to reconvene with one we've already met. And we're gonna let them do their thing. There's some crashed flame chariots. Woo! Item! Shiny! Not worth it, but I don't think that giant's coming after me. Or the big troll, rather. I was wrong.
Liurnia, hallowed hall dedicated to the study of magic. Why should your doors to me? Am I barred from donning the crown of stone?
There's a concept. The crown of stone. Crown of glintstone, maybe? Either way, we're at the end of our bridge here. And close by should be Hyetta. Once more. And we do have that extra grape.
Is someone there? Would you donate any strawberry grapes in your possession to me? I'm on a pilgrimage in search of the distant light. And when I eat one of those grapes, I can feel the light in the back of my eyes.
Yes.
Oh, many thanks to you. Now I can feel the distant light once more. That aside, I wonder what strawberry grapes really are. Delightfully tender and sweet, yet searing. What a sight they must be to behold.
You don't know? She doesn't know?
No. That's not possible. Not all of those people. Their own... So those noises I heard were... Sorry. I'm alright now. Don't mind me. I apologize. You only did as I asked. I'll be fine. I apologize. I'll be fine.
Fresh off of that revelation, we will now turn our attention north while Hyetta comes to grips with things. As shocked as I am, and I'm sure a bunch of you all are, I have to imagine she's taken it worse. Oh, the beast eye is quivering. I think somewhere around here... Hey, there's Doo-Doo Boatman. I think this is another location where we can summon D to help us out. Not that this is like a souped-up boat that the Doo-Doo Boatman is riding. It will be, if anything, due to the location, easier than our first one. But for now, we're actually going to hold off on that and head further up the hill to the artist's shack, where we are going to get another one of those paintings. This one's going to be the Resurrection painting. And then after that, we're going to head up to another one of those fire monk camps. And we could talk a little bit about that. First, let me just make sure I grab this. It's a vista of Raya Lucaria Academy, the Resurrection painting. Work of a wandering artist, reminiscent of a painting titled Resurrection. This painter is said to have captured the landscape seen during the last moments of those welcomed into death's embrace. The soul of the painter and vestiges of the dead's last moments can be discovered by visiting the location depicted even now. When we can actually find the payoff for that, we will go back for that. It's on, if I am remembering right, the opposite shore. But I believe I was about to talk a little bit more about the fire monks, since we should be coming up on one of their camps up here. It's just another gorgeous view. Oh, man. Yeah, there they all are. Along with... oh, hey, turtle. And also these magma-ridden slugs who are just minding their own business. Lightly scorching the area, but... I guess it's nice and dewy so the fire isn't spreading. We don't have that Far Cry 2 technology. Ooh, just a little short. And then we're not going to make the same mistake we made last time we were in one of these camps. Also, I want to make sure that this problem is dealt with before it becomes a problem. Some of these are whipping quite badly. Okay, you get away from the torches, and then I'll fight you. Out in the open. Oh, you're really weak. You're really weak, huh? Stagger so easily. And from this camp, we get Flame, Cleanse Me. Create a fire within that burns away toxins, alleviates poison and scarlet rot buildup. This incantation leaves the caster with subtle burns, a reminder that they must fear the flame. Flame. Dear flame. Oh, right, that's the... Huh. The way the fire monks... speak or write of the fire, like the naming convention all these fire incantations use, it reminds me a lot of that blacksmith from Dark Souls 2. Flame, dear flame. Flame, oh flame. Oh hey, finally ran into one of you. But if you're not gonna bother me... yeah, that's not even standing a chance to catching up. We have a note about these. We'll get a chance to fight a lot of these later. Where in the hell is... oh, hello. Okay. Back off a little more. So I can enjoy my book. Oh, it's right there. Beware the fire monk's chariots, bearing the face of giants. A well-aimed blow to the chimney on top may prove effective, but opportunities for a plunging attack will be rare indeed. And it's a unique plunging attack at that. Let's see if we can... I don't think it's in position to set this up, but there will be a better opportunities. Oh, and this is, if I'm not mistaken, the church that we were looking for. Now I can finally show you all why we came here to the Church of Vows. It was for this treasure chest, and so we could admire these statues. Admire the craftsmanship, the elaborate marble work. Granite work? I don't know. They're not marble. Whoever this is? We could atone here, but we don't need absolution. There is one more thing here. It's the Turtle Pope! It's the Turtle Pope! Remember, turtles are symbols of wisdom.
You're tarnished, aren't you? I welcome you to the Church of Vows. I am Miriel, steward of this sacred chamber. My apologies for the unseemly state of affairs. Do you know the origin of this place? How it came to be known as the Church of Vows? Well, that is a shame. But who can blame you? The shattering has caused us, all of us, to lose sight of something very dear. It is here, at the Church of Vows, that the great houses of the Erd Tree and the Moon were joined by the matrimonial bond between red-haired Radagon and Renala of the Full Moon. And so our church holds in view the monuments of both houses, the Erd Tree of the capital and the Academy of Rea Lucaria. Oh, was there something you needed? You are free to show yourself around. I would serve as your guide, only my legs aren't what they used to be. If you find anything of use, you are free to take it with you. Unless, perhaps, you are in search of instruction, in which case I will share all that I know.
Yeah, I just want to talk to you. You're my friend now. You're cool.
You wish to know more of Lord Radagon. Lord Radagon was a great champion, possessed of flowing red locks. He came to these lands at the head of a great golden host. When he met Lady Renala in battle, he soon repented his territorial aggressions there, and became husband to the Carian queen. However, when Godfrey, first Elden Lord, was hounded from the lands between, Radagon left Renala to return to the Erdtree capital, becoming Queen Marika's second husband and king consort, taking the title of Second Elden Lord. The mystery endures to this day as to why Lord Radagon would cast Lady Renala aside, and moreover, why a mere champion would be chosen for the seat of Elden Lord. You know, it's said that a famed sculptor of the Erdtree capital was once summoned to render Lord Radagon's likeness in giant stature when he glimpsed the skeleton in Radagon's closet. And as such, it's said that the great statue harbors his secret too. You know, it's said that Lord Radagon harbored a secret, a famed when he glimpsed, and as such... You wish to know more of Lady Renala. She is Queen, head of the Carian royal family, and governor of the Academy of Rea Lucaria, the great and beautiful full moon witch. Sadly, her heart was broken when Lord Radagon left her, and then, when the Academy rebelled against the royals, she was locked away in the Grand Library. In the end, Lady Renala was left alone, cradling the amber egg Lord Radagon bequeathed her. Now she devotes herself to it through forbidden rite, the grim art of reincarnation. You would do well to remember, severing a vow, strongest of bonds, has consequences ever more dire. You know, a famed sculptor when he glimpsed, and as such... Oh, what have we here? Very well, let us both learn together. Heresy is not native to the world. It is but a contrivance. All things can be conjoined. Oh, what have we here? Very well, let us both learn. Heresy is not native. All things...
So we can give him both our sorcery scrolls and our prayer books for incantations. Let's take a look at some of those fire incantations. The giant's flame still smolders upon the distant northern mountaintops, and the fire monks are its guardian. The giant's flame is the flame of ruin, capable of burning the Erd Tree, and so, following the war against the giants, its ruinous blaze was sealed, and guardians were appointed to watch over it. So we've had this Promethean element going on here. And to be honest, that's
Is there something else?
all over the Soul series. Like, it's such an important part of a lot of Miyazaki's mythologies, because learning to control fire opened up such new frontiers of development for every culture that came to master it. So these myths, which were part of early oral traditions, became a way to pass down this knowledge. And many of them came in the form of someone or something stealing fire from the gods and giving it to a nascent humanity. Like, the Polynesians had Maui, who in Hawaiian tradition specifically, he learned to control fire from bullying some highly intelligent birds. And of course, Prometheus. And Adan... Oh, there it is. Adan, like Prometheus, is being punished forever for his sin. At least I assume so, judging by the name Everjail. You have to be careful about line of sights here. Oh, hello. These arrows can hurt. But the question with Adan is now, who locked him away? The fell god of the fire. Said to be an evil god. So on the surface at least, it looks like he stole this evil god's flame and loosed it on the world. But now we're learning that the Golden Order once declared war upon the giants to the north. And that has some really serious echoes of previous FromSoft games. Like, we talked a lot about the recurring elements of Miyazaki's work, but like, Yui Tanomura is the co-director of this game. And think back to the giants in Dark Souls 2 who Vendrick went to war against. Oh, yeah! Our very first one of these! Oh, I've been waiting for one of those to show up. Show up and blow my speakers out. As for the old man depicted in the statues clutching the tablet, I have to presume that he is the person that the old ruins are named for. Holy shit! If you are right underneath that, that will kill you. Immediately. So these are called walking or wandering mausoleums. And their legs are encrusted with these skull-shaped barnacles that you can break off of them. And you can see there's even another one up there. Normally, these have bells attached to them. And you can hear them ringing out from far away. But these two next to each other are an exception. So if we go around and we knock all of the barnacles off of their legs, a few of their limbs, you don't have to clear them off of every leg completely. When you see this start to happen, give it a second and back away, and the mausoleum becomes accessible. Inside is a big stone plinth. corpse on it. And this will allow us to duplicate remembrances, those special boss souls. There is a problem here. There are a total of 15 of these boss soul remembrances, of which we have one right now, Godric's. We have Godric's Remembrance. There are only 7 mausoleums, and every remembrance can be used to purchase. They're good for 2 items each. Like from Godric, you saw we had access to the dragon and the axe, or the fist weapon and the axe. But you saw I couldn't duplicate that remembrance. And this is where this gets further complicated. There are 2 types of walking mausoleum. Ones with bells and ones without. The 2 walking mausoleums in the game out of 7 that don't have a bell are right here next to each other in Liurnia. Ones which don't have a bell can only duplicate very specific remembrances, and I do not know why it's like this. I don't understand the game design purpose of this. Especially the specific souls. It seems really random. Like, Godric's is not one that we can duplicate at these, for some reason. Thank God Torrent tanked that. Thank God Torrent tanked that. But it's not like they're gonna respawn with all the barnacles and start wandering around again. They will stay inert like this for the rest of the game now. So once we have souls that they can dupe, we can just come back and employ their services. Once we find one with a bell, we could dupe Godric's if I wanted to use it on that particular remembrance. But, hello. Give me my horse. I demand my horse. I love this horse who I just misnamed 2 minutes ago. He's my best friend. Now, truth be told, I don't know how to get to the upper part of the cliff from here. And I don't want to dive down towards the minor Erd tree too much at the moment. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find some innovative solutions to geographical problems. There it is. Oop, 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 oop. And then as long as I can call Torrent up here. Oh, beautiful. Come on, game. You can't trick me. I know cliffs aren't real. Oh, hello. Oh, look at that. How would you say that? Would you say yellow? Because I'm pretty sure that's Eye of Yellow next to the Frenzy Flamestone. I swear to God, Miyazaki has to be stopped. He can't keep getting away with this. This is even better than what he called the Calamity Dragon Calamite. There's another really good one later on. And if you don't get it yet, give it time. Give it time. Oh, hello. Brain of Mensis. Oh. That would be the wrong time. So madness builds up much like frenzy does. And... okay, this is a lot more generous about what counts as line of sight. If we get right into the tower that the eye is spawning atop, we don't have to worry about that persistent madness buildup. Unless... oh, that's too far outside, huh? Shit. I was foolish. I was punished for my hubris. But now all we have to do is fight rats in close quarters, which I don't like. Let me take another approach to this, then. As soon as we are stable. Oh, no. Nope. Don't get baited. Don't get captured. Just get up there. Okay. So I want to deal with the eye first, if possible, because I really, really don't like those cramped spaces with big rats. And the problem is, they wouldn't really give me time to climb. But now we should be good. Is there anyone? I think that treasure chest is bait. Right? You go out, you're just barely in line of sight of the eye. Gives you a bad day. And look at all of their flaming eye sockets. The tenders to the flame. The frenzied flame. Now we can go back for this. Howl of Shabriri. Cool. So we are now tying some things together. Oh, wow. Right. That's kind of hard to make work against smaller enemies when you start it from so high up. You can get away with that as a jumping attack. Ooh. I mean, maybe not as reliable as old Butt Stomp, but still. Sufficient. Adequate. Very fun. And that's not the last we're gonna see of this. In fact, there's a village nearby that has given itself entirely to the frenzied flame. So, we got that Eye of Yellow right by a Frenzy Flamestone, and the marker of the Frenzy Flame and Frenzy Flame spells seems to be glowing yellow eyes. Perfect. Ooh, well. Ah, that one's scary. I believe that's the Flame of Frenzy. There is another really cool Frenzy Flame incantation that I can't wait to pick up. We can actually get it really soon. And we're getting more Eyes of Yellow. And a Frenzy Cookbook. Frenzied's Cookbook. Demon's Souls. Demon Souls' Cookbook. Marks the last of the group because we got flasks restored. Good timing too, we kind of needed that. Especially as the nights further in are a little tougher. That's it for our mana. Let's let them come to me. And same deal with them. adherents to the frenzied flame are all marked with that eye. With those eyes, rather. Oh, and they can do this. I hate that. All the knights in Liurnia can do this. All the Carrion knights. It's the most annoying thing any of them do. Oh, that's a nice R1. I do love having that. So now, we ask, what is the Frenzied Flame, and who is Shabriri? A name which has come up 3 times now. Shabriri Grapes, the Howl of Shabriri, Shabriri's Woe. Disturbing likeness of a man whose eyes have been gouged out. The corners of his mouth are upturned in an almost flirtatious manner. Constantly attracts enemies' aggression. It is said that the man named Shabriri had his eyes gouged out as punishment for the crime of slander, and with time, the blight of the flame of frenzy came to dwell in the empty sockets. Exactly what was this slander that incurred such a punishment? Originating from the maddening 3 fingers, releases a maddening shriek that causes madness build up in foes. Also builds madness up in you. It's said that the sickness of the flame of frenzy began with Shabriri, the most reviled man in all history. Now that is a title. That is a superlative if I've ever heard one. Shabriri slandered so hard that he is the most reviled person in history. Also seems to have some real deep connections to this flame, which is considered profane and heretical. And the users of it seem to be suffering. Or they think it's really cool. We haven't asked them yet, but still interesting that we keep getting these new factions introduced to us. The world is a lot bigger than just the Golden Order. Hello, thank you. Eventually you hit a point where those aren't terribly relevant because you just have so many, and there aren't enough doors to keep up with how many of those you get. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that is really hard to find. It's hidden back here behind the brush. This is the last thing in the village I was looking for, a note on the Lord of the Frenzied Flame. Note sold by a nomadic merchant imparting knowledge and brief. Beneath Langdell at the very bottom lies our Lord, Lord of the Frenzied, the 3 fingers who hold us in thrall. Deep beneath the capital, we will find the 3 fingers, who seem to, much like the two fingers, act as emissaries for the Golden Order and the Greater Will. The 3 fingers seem to be emissaries of something called the Frenzied Flame.
Ah, Lord Vike, it seems that you are no lord after all. Then where is he, our true lord, our Lord of Frenzied Flame? We beg of you, incinerate all that divides and distinguishes. Ah, make chaos take the world.
So that's what adherents to the Frenzied Flame are about. And speaking of that Lord Vike, we can't mount Torrent. as we are currently being invaded by festering fingerprint Vike, who does not get to start off with a free attack. No thank you. He's got a very, very cool spear with a weapon art I quite like. Oh, and that spell, that's the one I really want. We will have that soon enough. That is called a Frenzied Burst. He also has Shabriri's, Howl of Shabriri, along with the Flame of Frenzy. And another yellow festering eye, a fingerprint grape, and his spear. War spear, singed and blistered by fingers. Used by Vike, Knight of the Round Table Hold. Like Vike himself, it has been tormented by the yellow flame of frenzy from within. And it's got a unique frenzy flame, Ash of War, too. Which is what I like about it. Also... Did I just pass by it? Yes, I did. Eyeball of the Night Vike, inflamed yellow, seared with a repulsive fingerprint burn, akin to those that marred his entire body. If offered to the blind maiden, it will lead her to the source of the distant light, allowing her to become a finger maiden. If she's still willing to eat them. And we'll pick up the Church of Inhibition, Divine Grace, and the Sacred Tear while we're here. Along with another thing. Oh, that's a nice change, too. The little glowing dot that tells you can actually do something with your seeds or tears. Whether or not you have enough to make an upgrade. There's even something else to get here. Oh yeah, this'll do for now, I think. Not gonna put too much thought into that right now. Finger Maiden Fillet. Finger Maiden Robe, Finger Maiden Shoes. All found on the corpse of a Finger Maiden. Fillet worn by maidens who serve the two fingers. The maidens live to serve a chosen tarnished, sharing their guidance and the wisdom of the two fingers. The guidance of grace would ensure that the pair be brought together, or at least such was the promise long ago. Yeah, worth checking. I completely forgot to, like, point this out, but yeah, we also got golden tailoring tools for Bach's questline, although we are not at the point in his questline where we can give those to him yet. That'll have to come a little bit later in. Next up, we are going to head towards this cave that follows along from this path going into the ravine on the right-hand side. And while getting elevation took some creative platforming, getting down into the ravine will not be nearly as hard. So let's check. This is what I wanted. Ruin Fragment blessed with an incantation of the three fingers. Use FP to generate warmth, restoring the HP of those who host the Frenzied Flame. Confers madness upon those who have not adopted the flame. Take care not to mistake this for the gentler one. Said that the Erd-tree was once as warm as the gentle sun, and would gradually heal all who bathe in its rays. I will often forget to look at those. Like, a lot more of the minor items That's what I'll tend to overlook. Or just, oh, hello! No. Oh, we didn't... He didn't aggro. He doesn't mind us. We've made peace. Hell yeah. Diplomacy has worked. Those bears can be terrifying. And if they want you dead, they will catch up to you. They are fast. They can keep up with Torrent. Oh, that's not the start I'm looking for. Ah. Okay, we want to be careful with this very cool knight. Because that status effect is not something that we have seen before so far. And it's called Death Blight. I will give you one guess, and one guess only, as to what that ability does. Or what that status effect does. I believe in you, you can figure it out. You are so smart, I believe in you. Ooh. God, that's a cool dodge, though. What? The iframes last forever. This man is playing Bloodborne, but I'm playing Elden Ring. He has the old hunter's bone. Wow, that's a delayed guard counter. We'll do this. That's... Oh, the range. This is not that bad, though. This could get scary. But it won't. Ooh. And we get a Knight's Greatsword. Man, those are really, really cool. So, off the Bellum Highway, we find the Black Knife Catacombs. And the beast eye is quivering again. The beast eye is quivering, which means Deathroot is nearby. The Black Knife Catacombs are named so for the Black Knife assassins on the Night of the Black Knives. So the connection to the Deathroot being here makes a lot of sense. Deathroot being connected to Godwyn first to fall on the Night of the Black Knives. Ooh! Oh, okay. I didn't cancel the message out, so I couldn't pick the axe up right away. Rosis, by the way, maybe I should save this for when this is a little safer, because this is dicey. There it is. Waiting to get on top of it. Alright. These skeletons in here work off of the same system the ones in Dark Souls 1 and 2 worked off of, which is to say you have to kill their necromancer. These are not ones that will die permanently if you extinguish their flame after the first time you kill them. And we have a bunch of Erdtree Burial Watchdog statues and their big glintstone staves. Rosis, I was saying, is the name of the statue that points you towards catacomb dungeons. That slinky figure we saw way back in, I think the one we saw was in Limgrave. Yes, we casually have... Oh, hello. Just a hidden wall back here in the Black Knight Catacombs. We came here to unlock that, and then also to come down here and pull this lever. Because that will now unlock the whole dungeon, as well as the main boss of the dungeon, not the hidden one. Oh! You first. These ones I don't think have a necromancer. Either that or I'm wrong and there's just two ways to kill them. The normal way or the necromancer. Don't remember. More ghost glovewort and a way to link these two areas up. And the next cell that this connects to, full of crabs.
Okay, many games have crab. Crab is a very special creature.
Including many submerged ones. And now we have to book it. But what are crabs doing down here? The Lands Between is full of many such mysteries. Perhaps we are all destined to Detroit become crabs. Millions of years from now, the descendants of the Tarnished will undergo carcinization. And then over a few million more years after that, they'll decarcinize into some pretty cool shapes. Oh, convergent evolution really is cool. It really just feels kind of miraculous that crabs would come to be in so many independent epochs of history. Like, memes aside, it does make them really, really interesting creatures. They are still number 2 to the reigning champs, though. My favorite little guy is tardigrades. Unfortunately, this is all off the cuff, so I didn't come prepared with more tardigrade facts today. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't get reception down here, right? Just step outside. So this is why I waited to do the bosses.
What can I do for you? Are you acquainted with a man named Roger? You know, the piteous fellow hiding away on the balcony. He was a formidable spellblade in times past. Don't let his easy air deceive you. He was wise beyond his years, stout of heart and clear of mind. No more, though. You see him now, ravaged by thorns, muttering and rambling, like he's half dead already. I can't stomach to watch. Take well the lesson, friend. That's how you end up when seduced by those who live in death. When grace is sullied, it rots people from the inside, breaks them.
Always good to see you safe. So, the misshapen corpse under Stormvale. That is a sacred relic of the Black Knives plot, as that famed night of assassination is known. It happened during the golden age of the Erd Tree, long before the shattering of the Elden Ring. Someone stole a fragment of the Rune of Death from Malekith, the Black Blade, and on a bitter night, murdered Godwyn the Golden. That was the first recorded death of a demigod in all history, and it became the catalyst. Soon, the Elden Ring was smashed, and thus sprang forth the war known as the Shattering. I once wished to become a scholar, you see. I've spent many an hour scouring the archives for knowledge of that fateful plot. The world has grown crooked, and if you intend to put it to rights, you'd better understand what happened to make it this way. And that thing is to blame for the shape I'm in now. I urge the utmost caution. Don't disturb the corpse more than necessary.
Hear the flies buzzing? See them? and the roots, the brambles sprouting from beneath his robes. So Roger is tied into all of this now too. Those who live in death, the death root, the mass under Stormvale, the face of Godwyn down there, the Black Knife plot. Oh wait, is this the right? Oh, this isn't the right way. I think I'm going to the other one. Oh yeah, it's the one before this. The lift? Yeah, lift side chamber. Also, I have to give credit to Clayton Barham in the comments for pointing out that I forgot about this. And it's necessary to come down here and do this to further his quest. And if I haven't said this before, yeah, every NPC we meet will have a quest line, several of which intertwine. The only exceptions are the merchants, including Kale, unfortunately. Data miners did find code for a quest for him in the files, but it was never finished. We'll revisit that because it was actually going to be pretty important to something pretty major we'll do later in the game. It's possible we'll still see it in an update that happened for Bach, Patches, Kenneth, and Nepheli. Also, it ties into the fact that the Lord of Frenzy Flame note that we picked up in the village said that it was sold by a merchant. So this bloodstain is unique. Because it is Roger's. Now, does anyone have anything new to say to us about this?
Always good to sow.
No, but I expected that. Yes.
My dear, have you ever heard of Black Knife Prince? Dear Roger likes to talk of them when abed, and the ancient plot in which the first of the demigods was slain. The black knives wielded by the assassins who committed the act, along with the impressions they made, somehow hide the truth of the conspiracy. These grand affairs are hardly my forte, but dear Roger began to weep as he spoke. In truth, I've heard tell from someone else about the Black Knife Prince that fascinate dear Roger so. But it wouldn't be right to give this to him, stuck as he is in the Round Table hold. Perhaps you could make use of it?
Perhaps. Let's check that out. Simple map found on a corpse. Seems to point to a meeting. Wait. Oh, I clicked over by accident. A simple map given by Fiat. Clue to the whereabouts of a black knife print. And we didn't exactly need the map, but that does confirm what we're doing in the Black Knife Catacombs. First, let's head down to the basement of the Round Table Hold, because Nepheli is down here.
Ah, you. Please, leave me be. It's pathetic, I know, but I need to think. Ah, you. Please, it's pathetic, I know.
So Nepheli is in despair after we last saw her in the village of the Albinarix. Roger, do you have anything now? No, not till later. Okay. I'm just gonna presume D doesn't either. Not for a while. Nepheli's despair.
You've already heard. Indeed. It seemed the whelp harbored suspicions, so I had no further use for her. Honestly, what's a man to do? A determined plebeian is more wicked than an omen horn, quite frankly. I suspect that's just what the Queen wants. A dose of ambition to incite the tarnished.
Fuck off! He's a very effective antagonist at getting you to despise him. And I don't think that does anything to progress this, but yeah. Poor Novelli. Can't even comfort her. She just kind of has to ride this out on her own. Alright, back to the catacombs, where we have 2 bosses. The one right in front of us, and the one that was hidden behind an illusory wall. We'll start with this one. And we see Deathroot all over, and a cemetery shade. Who, again, you can't fool me. I've played Bloodborne before. I've seen you. This is a less one-to-one than, like, the stray demon to the avatar, but you can see the base for the model in there. Interesting to note, the headpiece, the tentacle-looking, the appendages, they look, especially when that happens, like insect legs. These are way more aggressive and annoying than anything in Bloodborne. Or rather than their Bloodborne counterparts. The shade itself is not that annoying, it's just every time you go in for a hit, it's either gonna be you hit, which is great, it teleports away, which sucks, or you get hit out of it by a skeleton shooting you or hitting you, which also sucks. Back to the beginning now. And whereas the cemetery shade is just kind of whatever, just a very mediocre mini-boss. The main event of this dungeon, so to speak, is a boss that I very much enjoy fighting. So once again, we take this path towards all the guillotines, and I'm not gonna make that in time. Now this gets annoying, because I have to wait it out. Okay. Back up. And we'll just run it. I don't really have to worry about the necromancers here. Because skeletons cannot catch me. I'm too fast for them. Right. Oh shit, they can hit me through the wall though. They could still complicate this fight. This is one of the Black Knife assassins. Someone who was actually present and participated in the assassination of Godwin. Woo! Oh no. Oh my god, they're still throwing firebombs and shit! Oh! Wow, this is the worst. Damn it. Did they finally back off? Good. I noticed this happens a lot in Elden Ring, and I don't remember it happening that often in the other games, but it happens... Ooh, that's a grab. Pretty frequently here. Woo! Shit! Ah, that's death. Oh, I love their armor too. They're so cool. And that's just a good one-on-one duel. Ooh, hey, I cleared him out this time. I wouldn't say the Black Knife assassins are ridiculously hard, but they are hard enough that I don't need any extra distractions. I thought he was going for the grab. Woo! Does stagger really good, though. This projectile, if it hits you, it'll lower your max HP and put a damage over time effect on you that burns you for, I think, a percentage of your HP per second. And it lasts for a bit. Yeah, not again. And then we can stagger him out of the follow-up. When in doubt, try to bully him. Oh, yeah, and that works too. Sometimes they do that twice in a row. This might be bad. Not again. Ah! That was a nice dodge from him. Talking like he's a player. Ah. That's fine. That's fine. He'll give you big openings. Whoop! Okay, good. Black knife print and an assassin's cerulean dagger. I don't know why I'm starting in tools. Where are you at? On the night of the Black Knives, someone stole a fragment of death from Malakath, the Black Blade, and imbued its power into the assassin's daggers. This mark is evidence of the ritual and hides the truth of the conspiracy. And then our new talisman. An assassin's dagger, misshapen and stained in cerulean. Critical hits restore FP. This charm is modeled after the dark gleaming blades used on the night of the Black Knives, those which gave the demigods their first taste of death. And that's why we come out of our way, all the way out here. Oh wait, we can travel inside. Oh yeah, the boss is dead. So I guess we get reception now. Cool. Now, Roger, D. D has nothing. Roger? Anything.
Good to see so. This is a black knife print. I can scarcely believe you managed to get your hands on this. You recall our conversation about the Night of the Black Knives, yes? They say the assassins who carried out the deed were scions of the Eternal City. A group entirely of women, arrayed in armor of silver under cloaks which fooled the eye. The knives they wielded, though, were imparted with the power of the Rune of Death through sinister rite. Please, I beg of you, lend me the knife print for a time. I'd love nothing more than to tease out its secrets. Though only a fragment, a very specific ritual had to be performed to impart the power of the Rune of Death. Traces of the one who performed the rite are sure to remain in the imprint. Half my body has been suffused with death. I'm certain it will help me see.
Okay.
Oh.
So that is death root growing out of him. And then one more round trip for all of you.
I am pleased. Would you like the blessing? Would you like... Now. You are so. I heard that you lent a hand to dear Roger. He seemed positively elated. He must be possessed of great mental fortitude. It anchors his will and sustains him, despite his grievous wounds. You truly are a champion. To dear Roger, and myself, too. Then good day to you, my dear.
Let's see. Yeah, Academy Gate Town. Let's start here. There's another NPC who's been missing from the Roundtable Hold for a while. We met him back when we first got there. And since then, he has moved on. He should be in the area somewhere around here, I think. Is that him? Ah, it's him. Dialos.
Liurnia. It's me, Dialos. Answer me, would you?
Hello, friend. Tell me if you know, would you? The whereabouts of the hidden house of those despicable fiends. The recusants who hunt their fellow tarnished. They laid hands upon my servant Liurnia, and I refused to let the insult stand. The tale of House Hoslow is told in blood. I, Dialos, swear to deliver the message. They laid hands upon my servant Liurnia, and I refuse. The tale of House Hoslow is told in blood. I...
We will leave him to grieve, and to think about how the tale of House Hoslow is told in blood. There's someone else we want to meet with a connection to blood, and he's much less pleasant. Oh, we already got this. Okay. Oh yeah, that's when we hopped down before. We are making our way to... Is this the Rose Church or the Church of Repose? Skirting around the sad boys out here. It's just up ahead. Rose Church. Oh, hello. Have you noticed me? Yeah, you have. Wow, you have a lot of health. Are you gonna follow me out here? I don't really want him to... Oh, okay. Well, that was a bit anticlimactic. I wanted to fight him in a more open space and get him a little further from Vare, but okay.
There you are. You've had your audience with the two fingers at the round table hold. What was your impression?
They didn't seem right.
Aha. Your intuition serves you well. My doubts had been piling up, you see. The words of the two fingers cannot be trusted. Truly, naught but rambling, senile delusions. I believe that when the Elden Ring was shattered, the two fingers were corrupted, their guidance skewed. Even worse, the fingers harbor no love for our kind. That's the part that irks them most. Oh, I have a gift for you. Something fit only for the wise.
Festering bloody finger.
A means for circumventing the draw of the two fingers. Give it a try, won't you? And if it please you, may we meet again. I've high hopes for you, my lambkin.
Ugh. I can't express enough how much I dislike that he calls us his lambkin. It's viscerally upsetting. So this bloody finger that we got is an invasion item. Here's how you progress Vare's quest from here. Menu. Finger. Connection. Honor. Death. You must do this 3 times, though you may also choose to be victorious instead of dying. Again, menu, finger, connection, honor, death. Again, menu, finger, connection. Then finally...
Oh, lambkin, so pleased you're here. I'm glad that you're enjoying my gift. I knew it from the very start. You have a taste for noble blood. I wish to anoint you a proper inductee. A knight to serve Luminary Moog, the Lord of Blood, and establish a new dynasty. Luminary Moog has strength, vision, and of course, love. So, what do you say, my lambkin?
Anoint me?
Yes. Who would have it any other way? Now, take this for your final trial. Soak the cloth with a maiden's blood. Normally, this ritual would involve killing one's own maiden and recanting the wisdom of the 2 fingers. But since you are maidenless, the blood of anyone's maiden will do. The cloth, the blood of...
Emphasizes we are maidenless again. Don't like that one bit. Pure white oath cloth given by Vare. The final trial to be an anointed knight of Moog, Lord of Blood. So he shows up, calls us maidenless, later finds us and says that he loves you, and, you know, his blood god loves you, but nobody else does. Then, he wants us to kill a maiden and collect her blood. Fully read into Oathcloth, dyed in a maiden's blood, the final trial is complete. Luminary Moog is sure to welcome you into his service as a knight who will lay the foundations for his dynasty. Since we already got that site of grace for the Church of Inhibition where there was a dead finger maiden already there, we can dab her blood on the cloth and complete this without, you know, murdering a woman. So he does all this, tells us to kill a maiden, collect her blood, and then we can join in on the dynasty that they're building. This sounds tremendously to me like just he's an incel cult leader, or an incel cult recruiter. Moog would be the leader. Don't worry, it's worse than you think. When they make a scummy character in this, they make a scummy character. And we're finally back here.
Ah, my lambkin. You've completed your final trial, and with this, you are a formal inductee, a knight who will assist Luminary Moog, the Lord of Blood, in the establishment of a new dynasty. Now, give me your finger. This noble blood will be an immutable badge of honor once it settles inside of you.
Hate it.
Oh, good heavens. Clench your teeth or something. Never forget that feeling of agony, for it is what binds you to Luminary Moog, to all of us. You have the sweetest scream, my lambkin. Oh, another thing. You should have this.
Your Blood Knight's medal.
A medal granted by the new Mogwin dynasty, with the power to grant audience with Luminary Moog. I've gone out of my way to provide one to you. But you mustn't use it just yet. The meeting must wait until the Mogwin dynasty commences. Luminary Moog yet slumbers beside the divinity. We must endure a little longer. Ah, it is trying, but we must be patient. One day you will be elevated, deservedly, basking in love. Right, my lambkin? Ah, one day, right, my lambkin?
Okay, I am done doing what Vare says, so we are going to use that medal and see what kind of occult blood dynasty we've gotten ourselves involved with. Proof that one is a glorious knight of the new dynasty of Mogwin that the Lord of Blood will inaugurate. Used to be granted audience with Moog, only it is not yet time, for Moog yet slumbers beside the divinity. Be patient, the new dynasty is nigh. And our view from the Mogwin Palace is extraordinary. And you can see by the level of upgrade materials what we're dealing with. Vare was not wrong to warn us not to come here yet. Although, for the wrong reasons did he warn us. Oh, hell yes. This is an endgame zone, and Moog is an endgame boss. Still, there's a good enough reason to come here and just see a little preview of what we're dealing with early on, get a couple of upgrade materials, a site of grace so we can conveniently come back later when it's time. And this also introduces us to the underground part of the map. There is so much more than you realize to this. Oh, okay, that is going to do it for now. Thank you all for watching. Take it easy. Have a good one, everyone.